What up, dude bros? I'm Frank. This is a video review of a cool lever-action shotgun I found on Amazon. This blaster is spring-powered, lever-action, uses shells, and shoots modified elite darts. Pretty rad. Let's get into it. Included is the blaster, shells, darts, protective eyeglasses, gloves, and instructions. Pretty cool blaster. I'll start out with an external overview, starting out with the front. There's no in-strike barrel lug. Has this very simple, plain design, but I think it looks pretty good. Moving back, there's a tactical rail up here if you want to mount an optic or something. And it's worth noting the use of metal in this blaster. This blue tube, which is the mag tube, is metal. This bracket right here is metal. The lever arm is metal, and it seems like a lot of the internals are also metal. This is much heftier than most Nerf blasters I handle. But now getting to the action and how it all works, which is super cool. So to prime this blaster, it's lever action. You pull down like that, then you have to manually shut it, and you can fire if you're loaded. To load this blaster, you open her up and you can shove shells in right through here. It takes a little getting used to and does take a little dexterity to shove the shells in there. There's definitely room for improvement on making that easier to reload. But the magazine tube itself holds 5 shells, and then you can put one more in, so the capacity is 5+1. It's actually different than a 6-round capacity. It is a 5+1 capacity. And once you're loaded up, if you want to, you can put one more right into the chamber, shut that, now you're ready to fire 6 times. And after you fire, when you pull this back, the shell ejects, which is super cool. The included shells are plastic. They're not 3D printed. I kept dropping them on my tile and I didn't dent or chip or break any of them. The blaster does not work or shoot without the shells. You cannot just directly load darts in there. So if you lose the shells, you can't fire, so be careful. Loading up the shells with the included ammo is super easy. You can just shove them on in there. These darts are not full-length darts or half-length darts. They're kind of in between the two. They are the same thickness of elite darts, so if you want more, you can just cut down your elite darts and shove them in the shells. You have to use cut-down darts so they go into the shell completely like that. For every shell except for the last one, you can use a full-length elite dart for your one in the chamber if you really want to. You can also use proper half-length darts if you have like worker half-length darts. These shells are just a little too wide. I wasn't getting good muzzle velocity or performance from my Dart Zone or Adventure Force half-length darts. But I have some old worker darts with really swelled up fat foam that actually worked really well in this blaster. So if you're getting crappy performance and you're not using the included darts, check your dart fit in these shells. That's an overview of the shells and the loading. Like I said, this lever arm is metal, so this feels really good. This action is super smooth. It doesn't feel like any Nerf gun I've used just because of the use of metal. It feels robust and super hardcore, which is cool. It's very different than other Nerf blasters I've used. So that's an external overview of this shotgun. Now I'll show you this blaster firing. Shooting the included suction cup darts. Oh yeah. Style points. Operating this blaster was super fun. I really enjoyed it. The lever action is so robust and strong. It's crispy, smooth, and works just exceptionally well. Operating this one doesn't feel like a Nerf gun. It feels more like I'm using an airsoft gun or something more expensive and much heavier. And that is reflected in the price. This is a more expensive product. Loading these shells into the blaster takes some getting used to. I've done it a couple hundred times now, and I'm still like kind of struggling with it. Especially if you're in an environment with not a whole lot of light, you really have to line the shell up and push it in there and really pay attention to what you're doing. I would not want to do this if I'm taking fire in an actual Nerf battle. But I did not experience any jams or malfunctions. This system never snapped and ate my finger, which I was a little concerned about because it's all metal and I'm putting my finger in there with my shells. I was paranoid of that. Didn't happen a single time. Sorry if I'm stressing you out for no reason now. To compare this blaster to others, I put it up on my chronograph. And with the included darts, I achieved an average velocity of 75 feet per second, which is a little above the Nerf Elite par of 70 feet per second. So it shoots pretty good. That is the objective information I can provide on this blaster. Now to my personal opinion. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this blaster. It's really well built. It feels good, it's crispy, it's just solid. I really think they achieved what they're trying to set out to achieve. It's fun to load, it's fun to mess with the shells, it's really fun to use this lever action system. It's a fun blaster to play with. Now, I would never use it in a Nerf battle. Shells are just obnoxious, and this is a really slow rate of fire, not very high capacity. It's obviously not a battle effective blaster, but it's not supposed to be. It's not designed to do that. And it might just be me, but this purple is driving me crazy. It looks super weird. The white and blue look super rad, but purple on a shotgun? Like what? This is actually the best feeling, foam flinging shotgun I've had my hands on. I think that's mostly because of the use of metal. It feels hefty, it feels crispy. When things lock, it just clicks into place. It just feels solid. It really doesn't even feel like Nerf anymore. It feels like a high-level prop blaster that happens to shoot foam darts, instead of a Nerf blaster that happens to be shaped like a shotgun, if that makes sense. So overall opinion is really positive for what they're trying to achieve here. Now to the question to buy or not to buy. If you're a performance-oriented Nerfer or play in Nerf battles against other humans, I don't recommend this blaster. It's really not designed for you. I do recommend this for any shotgun fanboys who really like the lever action and want a more substantial, more prop-style blaster. And the benefit of this is you get to shoot this indoors. You can't really shoot airsoft guns inside, or you're dent to your drywall and you can poke people's eyes out. This is safe to shoot inside, and it's really fun to play with. So if you're looking for a lever action shotgun prop-style toy, yeah, definitely consider this one. That being said, I am extremely unfamiliar with this price point and this type of product. When I give a Nerf blaster recommendation, I know the whole industry and I know which blasters are worth buying. I haven't personally used any other prop toys at this price point, so I can't compare the fit and finish to anything else for you. So please take my opinion and purchase recommendation with a grain of salt. So that's the best I can do with my opinion and purchase recommendation. I really hope I laid out all the information you need to make an educated purchase decision on your own. If you'd like to buy one of these, I'll put a purchase link in the description box below. That concludes this video review. Thanks so much for watching, bros, and as always, stay tactical.